Good afternoon, everybody. It's your friend Sheep Ludes. Let's explore and talk about the market for a second, right? Now, we all know the highlight reel packs came out. I don't want to say they really destroyed the market or crashed the market in any way, shape, or form, but mainly due to the fact that the odds were just bad. Now, there are certain aspects of the market that are down quite a bit because people are trying to get currency to get Kobe Bryant, which is normal. Can we talk about for a second how every single time that Kobe Bryant is in packs, the odds seem to just be so much worse? And I want to explore that for a second because there's two trains of thought here. A, people love Kobe Bryant, so people are pulling more packs to try to get Kobe, so they're really getting to see the true nature of the odds. Or B, the odds are decreased when Kobe's in packs because they know that people will keep pulling for Kobe. Either way you look at it, it's not good. Option B is significantly worse. Like, if you just, I'm not even going to sit here and say, like, think about it because it doesn't take, like, deep thought exercise to think about how messed up it is that a cherished and loved superstar who met an untimely passing, just him being in packs decreases the odds so that they can extract more money from you, because that is super not chill. But the odds are already so bad, and I feel like Kobe just brings it out worse. And like I said, I have no concrete proof to suggest that maybe the odds are worse, or maybe people just pull more packs because they want Kobe Bryant, right? No concrete proof one way or the other. I just know that it's not good. So let's look at the cards in the actual set. I just wanted to talk about that for a second because I noticed it the last couple years, and it's like, I feel like when Kobe's in packs, more people open more packs and less people actually pull the card. That's just what I've noticed. So let's start with the highlight reel players. That's how you know I have no scripting in my videos, dude. I can't even talk half the time. Lou Williams. So we'll start with Lou Williams, Dion Waiters, and CJ Miles. All of them have a floor of about 5,300. Like, that's what you're going to be paying for these cards at the absolute minimum. Something buys them at 5,300. Once again, some people say it's 2K, some people say it's MT sites. Don't know, don't care. Just know that this is what they're going for, bare minimum, 5,300. Lou Williams is basically like he's Iverson, basically. Like, if you want a super cheap Iverson clone, Lou Will's here. Like, that's what he is. He's not bad, though. Like, he's very fun. Like, he's fun for offline play. That's all I can say. But, I mean, a lot of cards are fun for offline play, so it's like, you know what I mean? He's still a pink diamond at the end of the day, so like if you try to play on higher difficulties, you're going to match up with probably better PDs for the most part, and the CPU is just god tier, so who knows. The jump shot's fun. He moves relatively well. He's not really a dunker, but he's fun to shoot with. He's just like okay, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? Limitless range, Agent 3, Deadeye, Limitless. I think I said Limitless twice. I will say the one thing I'll say about Lou Will is he's really fun on next gen because he shoots a nice fade. He's got normal leaners, he can pop off screens and shoot leaners. That's fun, but if you want him, he's 5,300. CJ Miles, he is not very great. He has the worst defensive tendencies in the entire game. Like, I'm dead serious, the worst. 5 pass intercept, 5 take charge. You don't believe me? I'll pull him up right now. Where are the tendos at? Yeah. Look at these defensive tendencies. These are just chef's kiss. You're telling me you couldn't raise these at all? 5 pass intercept, 5 on ball steal, 5 contest, 5 block shot. Ooh, rough stuff. He's like a 3-and-D wing that plays subpar defense. So he's a 3 wing. He's just a 3-point shooter. That's basically it. Like, he can move okay. He's got decent dribble sigs. Like, Rudy base. Like I've said it before. He's like, I want to say the shittiest possible version of like Terry Dissinger, but he's actually like the shittiest possible version of Billy Knight. Like, everything people like about Billy Knight, you know, it's like the opposite with CJ Miles. 5,300 though, he's not terrible. You know, whatever. Then we got Dion Waiters, who I didn't pull. Dion Waiters isn't very good. I mean, you know what you're getting with Dion Waiters at this point. Like, it's Dion Waiters. Had he come out in maybe like November, I think he'd be really good. The Gabe Vincent release isn't horrible. There's just no reason to really pick up Dion Waiters unless you just like want to meme with the fact that he had to land the team playing because he took too many edibles. Like, there's no reason to have him because like even if you're building like a Cavaliers theme team, there's an abundance of 6'3" and under guards for that franchise. So there's really no value for Dion Waiters at this point. Unless you're a Dion Waiters stan, I don't see any value. Now let's talk about the couple more expensive ones. So we got Wiseman and Lance Stevenson. These guys are going to go for a little bit under 10K. Lance may have dropped. Last I checked, he was around 9K, and that was yesterday. Lance is good. He's just got kind of a slow jump shot. But he's okay. He plays really tough defense. Not the greatest defensive tendencies, but it's all right. His jump shot, like I said, a little slow, but not the worst thing in the world. He has the normal 2 leaner, which I don't really know too much about. I've gotten comfortable with the majority of leaners, honestly. Leaner really doesn't matter at all if you're on current gen. On next gen, it does for like competitive play. But if you're just playing unlimited or you're just playing clutch time or you're just playing offline, like the leaner isn't the biggest deal in the world. Lance's isn't that terrible. He's pretty good. I just feel like there's better cards at what he does. You know what I mean? Then again, the point guard position is pretty rough. So for 8K, he might be one of the better point guards that you can pick up for that price point. Unless you have guys like Russell Westbrook, maybe, or who is a little bit smaller, but just with the dunk stick, man, it's just oof. Wiseman. Wiseman's fantastic. He cannot shoot over people, though. He releases the ball a little too low, so he gets contested really easily. Other than that, for 10,000, though, he's probably the best power forward that you can buy for 10,000, or at least one of them. He can move. He can shoot leaners. He plays good defense. He grabs boards. He can play the center or the power forward position. He doesn't come standard with range, but you can give it to him if you really want to. He's all around very good, and for his price point, he's probably one of the best budget cards in the game once you apply a few badges to him. Now let's talk about the expensive PD. Yes, Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish is about double the price of pretty much every other PD, which if you've ever thought to yourself, I wonder if cards are weighted in tiers. Like if you see that 26% chance to get a pink diamond, is it an equal chance or is there a lower chance of pulling a particular card? Cam Reddish, and I mean you could also argue like Pink Diamond Bol from a couple years ago, are direct examples where you can point at them and be like, no, I do not have an equal chance to pull all pink diamonds, because Cam Reddish is 2 times, in certain aspects even 3 times more expensive than the other cards, right? And I understand why that is, because he's really good. But at the same time, there's no reason that he should be more expensive than the rest of these guys by 3 to 4 times. You know what I mean? That only comes with significantly less of them coming out of packs. So he's really good. Good tendencies, 35 block shots, whatever, but he's 6'8", so it doesn't really matter. But I mean, he's just ready to go off rip. Like, good dribbles. I'm not a huge fan of Andrew Wiggins behind the back, but I know some people do like it. I don't, personally. Even though a majority of the players I've used this year for some reason have it. I don't know what's up with that. Kyrie's crossover is okay. You know, he doesn't have the most elite dribble sigs, but he's probably the best. Yeah, he's probably the best shooting guard that you can get for this price point, realistically. I mean, depending on the all-star guys, because like if the all-star guys, you know, went back to what the price, or went to the price that they should be at this point, I think guys like Jaylen Brown may be up there as well, but Cam Reddish is top tier for now. I mean, he's got everything you need. He has the most important core pick, like badges, period. Limitless takeoff, posterizer for finishing. You know, he's got catch and shoot corner specialist, limitless range for shooting, which is great. Plus a good stable of gold badges. Clamp breaker, quick first step. And then defense, clamps. Yeah, I mean, good to go. It's just clamps, glove, off-ball pest. Fine. Let's look at the opals. Dominique's okay. Like, he's very solid. You can get him for basically the same price as Cam Reddish. I personally would go grab Cam Reddish, but, you know, Dominique's actually not half bad. I thought that Dominique was going to be a little bit better. I figured they'd juice him up a little bit. I was wrong. They kind of didn't, but if you look at the first Dominique card that came out, he was pretty cracked off rip. So this shouldn't surprise you. His release is nice, 6'7". He looks a wee bit bigger than that. He's not going to be a dribble god, but his dunk stick, gone. And he can move, he just can't, you know, he can't meta move, you know what I'm saying? He's very good for about 20k or under. You can do a lot worse, trust. Like I said, since he's the same price, I would still go with Cam Reddish over him, but if you're looking for a different alternative, Dominique's good. Josh Smith is really, really good at everything. His jump shot, that Brook Lopez base on quick, is heinously bad. It is so bad. 6'9", 7-foot wingspan though, like he's good. Acrobat, bully, fast twitch, like he attacks the rim at a high clip. He has great badges. It's just they hoed him on the jump shot. Why couldn't they just give him like Seti Osman's release? Like, you know what I mean? Just Seti Osman, or what's another like mid-tier release? What did they give Odom? Odom's release is not great, but it's better than this. What did they give Odom? Usman Dieng on quick? Sure. Just Usman Dieng on quick. Osman would have been ideal, though, because that release is really nice. I'm a big fan of that. So, disappointing, but what are you going to do? I would avoid picking up Josh Smith. If you're a big Josh Smith fan, or if you're looking for somebody who's mainly going to attack the rim, I mean, sure, but I just feel like there's better guys out there for cheaper. Like, if we're talking pure power forward, I would say Wiseman's probably better than Josh Smith at the power forward for sure. And at the small forward, I would say Cam Reddish, who's a similar price, is probably better at the small forward. And there's obviously other guys that are better at the small forward, like MPJ, Rudy. Like, these guys are better, you know what I mean? Blake Griffin, I mean, it's Blake Griffin. He's like 30K. He doesn't play like a lick of defense, but he's very good offensively. I actually like Blake's release. I know some people don't like it. I think it's good. He moves really well for a big man. He comes with at least gold range, so that's what's up. You do need to give him like guard up and like dead eye and stuff. You want to use him in like a comp setting, but for the most part, he's just a really fun offensive player. Plus, the Clippers have no big men, so that's going to help you out down the line, I think. Gary Payton. Gary Payton is very interesting. I feel like he got gassed to the absolute moon yesterday, and then I feel like people kind of chilled out on Gary Payton because he was like 60K yesterday, and he's closer to 50 now, which is what's up. I mean, you can get him for under 50 at this point. He's still small, obviously, and his standing jump shot isn't very good, but his leaner is super good. I like the Trae Young leaner quite a bit. He moves incredibly well. His defensive tendencies are literally 100 pass intercept, 100 on ball steal. He's got the badges. You know, he has like Hoff Limitless and Agent 3, so he can shoot leaners and stuff. He's got like clamps and glove on Hoff. Like, it's everything you would expect from Gary Payton. It's like Gary Payton combined with like Damian Lillard. He's fun. He's my bench point guard right now, only because I keep running into Ben Simmons every single game, so I got to start I almost said Denny Osman. Denny Avdija. But Gary Payton is really good. Kobe's Kobe. I would say he's probably the second or third best shooting guard in this game. Like, I think Billy Knight might be better, especially if you got Bantam, which not many people have both. But I think he may be better, and I think T-Mac is for sure better. I don't think that's like an I think thing. So he's not worth the price. His price is just simply because his name is Kobe Bryant. For the same amount of MT that you would spend to get Kobe, you could just get T-Mac. So if you're looking for a competitive thing, go get Tracy McGrady. If you're just looking to pick up Kobe because you want Kobe, I mean, proceed with caution, but go for it. Anthony Davis is kind of cheap compared to what I assumed he was going to be. That's just because they didn't change very much up with AD. He's still got his jump shot on quick, which isn't great. I think it's okay. It's just kind of slow. So, you know, people aren't able to do the things with Anthony Davis that they used to. Kobe escape, you know, he's whatever. He's good. 95 contest shot is really nice. It's just, is he 500K good? I don't think so. Especially when they got guys like Jonathan Isaac that can come through and play the power forward at a much higher clip for significantly cheaper. Then no, I don't really think he's worth it. Now, looking at some other cards, like all these 16-bit cards have gone up in value just because there's significantly less of them up. Same goes with like the Radiant guys as well. D-Rob is still super expensive. I don't think he's really gone up. T-Mac has gone up quite a bit, actually. Like, he was like 800K the other day, and now he's up because there's only like 6 T-Macs up. I think there's more than that. There's like 9, I think, but like whatever. I don't know. Not a huge fan of what's going on there. Now, let's look at All-Star because we have the event. So there are some cards, I should say, floating around out there, but they're untradeable versions. So we're seeing a lot of people like sell off their, you know, tradable versions. So Jokic is down a bit. He's still like a top power forward in this game. You can run him at center too, but just talking about like quote unquote meta, he's still a top power forward. Jokic is really, really good. I'm waiting for him to drop below 100K, which I think he may this weekend. Once more and more people start to get, untradeable Jokic's, then they'll start to put theirs up and not really care too much about him. But the one negative, and I mean this when I say this, there is one negative to MT sellers being gone or MT buyers being gone. And you could look at it as a positive or a negative. It's that people don't throw their cards up with reckless abandon anymore like they used to. Like, people used to just let cards go for whatever back in the day. Now people are being a little tighter with the pocketbooks, you know what I'm saying? So people are trying to put up cards that they'll still get value for. So when you see like a batched up card, they're going to try to charge accordingly for it, which for people like myself, kind of a negative, but positives outweigh the negatives, I guess. I don't know. They would have if they would have raised the back odds, which they didn't. So personally, I don't really care at all, honestly. Oh, Zion's out here too. I still haven't gotten any of these cards, by the way. And judging by how little there are out there, I would say that probably not a lot of people got them also. Comment down below if you've gotten any of the event cards, because I just feel like through everyone I've talked to that has played so many games, no one's got the event cards. I still want Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I don't want to pay 60K for him, so somebody should come off of Shai for cheap. Tatum is the other one. Doesn't look like he's really come down at all either. Kind of forgot to talk about the new edition guys, so let's talk about those. Oscar Robertson, very good, very overpriced. He is one of the best pure offensive point guards in the game, but you're just going to get abused by Ben Simmons. He's going to stiff arm dunk and dunk stick you all day, so that's kind of unfortunate. I feel similarly about Oscar Robertson as I do with Gary Payton. Oscar has the superior jumper, though. It's just like they're incredibly good. It's just Ben Simmons came out too early, so it's like kind of sucks, whatever. Granger is very solid, but we have like a bunch of like very solid small forwards in this game, so there's nothing really too special about him. He's decent. The jump shot, man. It's a solid enough jump shot. It's very, very easy to green. Like Drew Holiday, for some people, is very easy to green. For some people, it's very difficult to green. So it just kind of depends how you feel about the jump shot. Like myself, with the Mikal Bridges upper, it may be a little bit easier to green, but it just feels like a very inconsistent release for me. But I also know people that green with it constantly. So it just kind of depends, really, at the end of the day. If you want to pick him up, cool, he's like 25K, RJ Barrett's kind of good. I would say he was one of the better budget small forwards if, we didn't get guys over the past week or so. Like Cam Reddish is better than RJ Barrett for sure. He's double the price though, so it's something you kind of gotta take into consideration. But RJ is really solid. Nicholas Claxton's probably the best 5K center in the entire game. He's got kind of a trash release, but he's got great tendencies and he's got decent size. He's just a little skinny guy, a little wee guy, you know what I mean? Dino is still, for under 50K, probably the best power forward in the game. And for under 50K, definitely the best center in the game. Him and Marc Gasol are still there. They're still my two centers, man. Dino for 30K, fantastic. You're going to have to put badges on him, but I promise if you do, that release is fantastic. His arms are super long. I've talked about Dino ad nauseum. He's just great. I don't think you're going to find any badged up ones, but maybe take a look. If you can find one with like a couple additional Hoffs or a couple additional golds, like it's definitely worth spending the extra MT. Like 24 Hoff Dino, he might be able to compete with a lot of cards. Now, another person to look at if you're looking for like a god that's going to run you a little bit cheaper, people are abandoning Scottie Pippen, right? Which I understand why they're doing that, but at the same time, Scottie can still compete with the best two guards in the game. I would be willing to say he's probably the third best two guard in the game, I think. Like, I really feel that way. And people are kind of abandoning their high tier, massive amount of Hoff badge Scottie Pippens because they're acquiring guys like Kobe, guys like T-Mac. So kind of pay attention to Scottie. Like, I should have bought this 40 Hoff Scottie I saw the other day. It went over 200K, so I didn't buy it because I'm a cheapskate, but I really should have. I don't know. Either way, also keep an eye on prize balls this weekend. With limited, people are starting to get more prize balls. They're starting to put them up cheaper. The ones I usually look at are diamond prize balls. I wonder, 67K, nice. Typically, I look just to see if there's any like prize ball snipes. Like I've gotten some for like, 1,500 and stuff like that here and there. For the most part, if I'm buying one from like a speculative reason, if I see it under 6K, I'll think about it. If it's under 5, I buy it, no question. Because worst case scenario, I can sell it back for a little bit more, or I can open it and probably get tokens. Pink Diamond prize balls are going to be huge this week. There's going to be so many of them. Keep an eye on their price. For the most part, you're either getting like a Hoff badge pack, tokens, or a random promo pack. Like, I've opened some, I think I got like an all-star pack out of them once. At one point, I got a glitch pack and I was super mad. So, just kind of take that into consideration before you proceed. But, I don't know. Let me know what you think of this weekend down in the comments below. As always, it has been your friend Sheep Loots, and I will see you guys later.